Welcome to Gamage Facts. Today, we take a look at everything we know about Assassin's Creed Mirage. He's in a pillared cave, a secret ceremony. Are you ready to give up the person you once thought you were? Are you excited to return to the Middle East? Before we begin, we're releasing new content throughout the week, so make sure that you sign up and ring the bell to be notified of our latest videos. 15-year anniversary. We're going back to the roots of the series. It's been 15 years. As you know, the announcement of Mirage came at the end of a long Ubisoft forward movement, the second half of which was exclusively dedicated to the Assassin's Creed and its 15th anniversary. The very first game was released in 2007, and Mirage is already being hailed by fans as a back-to-basics approach to the series. It'll be a linear single-player mode and takes place in just one city instead of an entire country, allowing for a smaller, denser map that really feels alive. It's definitely a relief for fans who are still divided over the RPG style of the newer releases, and it shows that we can have games in different styles and genres coexisting. However, it's not all good news for fans. Just shortly after the showcase, Ubisoft said that rumors of a remake of the first game were unfounded, so we won't see a return to the Holy Land, and I'll try to catch my breath. But Mirage will still be a great tribute to the fanbase, and it shows that Ubisoft is still listening to Assassin's Creed fans and wants to celebrate the anniversary in style, even though there was a glitch at some online retailers that said the following. Ubisoft has confirmed that Mirage doesn't contain any real gambling or loot boxes. Possum, as leaks have indicated, will be the main character of Mirage Basin, a character that has proven particularly intriguing over the course of Valhalla. We discovered at the end of Valhalla that the boss who controls it, like Ivar and Sigurd, is another saga, this time the reincarnation of Isu, also known as Loki. Ubisoft revealed in a trailer breakdown that this being is actually a jinn, better known in the Western world as a genie. A jinn is a spirit that is neither inherently good nor evil, but can be either good or neutral, but also possesses the ability to change its form. Arabic mythology rather than through the Norse mythology we saw in Valhalla. We'll also see Basim from his original recruitment to the Brotherhood, still known as the Hidden Ones, to his evolution into the Master Assassin. We haven't seen an assassin go through their training since Arno and Unity, and that will be 9 years ago when Mirage launches, and with Basim now seemingly taking on the role of the protagonist with the modern name. If Ubisoft continues this story arc at all, it makes sense that we'll see his early life again and learn more about him, a word spun from wishes and hopes. The Creed game will be weaponized and now you know it's going to be Baghdad again. That was first hinted at through leaks, but now we have it confirmed 100-fold that Mirage will head to Baghdad today. Baghdad is the capital of Iraq, and although it remains a bustling city in the Middle East, it has been ravaged by many wars and conquests, which wasn't the case for the city in the 9th century when it was an intellectual powerhouse and the center of the Islamic Golden Age. It's the first game that will be set in a single city since Syndicate in 2015, and that version of London was already dense and sprawling, so we absolutely can't wait to see a city like Baghdad with the power of the 9. Hardware. It'll be full of people and hopefully feel more like a living, breathing city than any previous ACC. Ubisoft has also teased that many historical figures will appear, as always, but we were just as interested in how Mirage will tackle Arabian mythology. Again, we've already seen a jinn, but we'll also likely see more famous stories because the stories in the 1001 Nights, also known as the Arabian Nights, are set mostly in 9th century Baghdad. We'd also bet on Aladdin's lamp showing up and another piece of Eden. His name is, we'll also bring back, and I'm very pleased to announce that the opportunity to mark as a Vietnamese with your eagle, as it's very important for us to give strong recording tools, one of many. I've done everything I could, for my people. It's time, so let's just pass. We know by now that although Mirage is the next Assassin's Creed we'll get our hands on, but it's not the only one on the horizon. Valhalla will conclude its story very soon with a final piece of DLC, so players who want to complete the game can finally be released from it. But we've also learned that the very first settings in Assassin's Creed Infinity isn't a game in itself, but will be the only entry point for our fans into the Assassin's Creed franchise into the future. Infinity is the live service platform that will serve as the hub for future Assassin's Creed experiences as Ubisoft describes them, but there will still be locations and campaigns, and one of those locations is something fans have wanted for years: feudal Japan, yes. Assassin's Creed codename Red is finally coming to Japan, and while we don't have a final title or release window yet, we're very excited to see that it's also going back to China, a setting that has only been explored in AC Chronicles and codename Jade, which is coming soon to mobile platforms. More interesting is Hexy, which seems to be a horror game that will continue to be set in it but could just as easily return to America to the time of the 17th century witch trials in New England. Century, and finally Ubisoft has signed a deal with Netflix for both exclusive games and a live-action series. Only time will tell how this turns out. Action adaptation of our video game series release date. Of course, the question everyone wants to know is when can we get our hands on Mirage? Assassin's Mirage will be available in 2023. The big question, however, is when Mirage will be released. Ubisoft hasn't given a date yet, only saying that Mirage will be available sometime in 2023. Q4 was released, so we could still be more than a year away from release. But maybe they'll break that trend and release Mirage earlier so they don't have to release so many competing AC games in the same month of the year. Publishers wouldn't have the habit of pre-ordering products long before they see the light of day. The collector's edition featuring a statue of Boston is also available for pre-order, but if that's not enough for you, Ubisoft is also releasing a ton of merchandise to celebrate the series' 15th anniversary, including new statues of everyone's favorite assassins. Gamage facts, and be sure to subscribe to the bell jar to hear about our